Hey guys, Super Silverman. This is probably going to be the first video of a couple, unless I can splice them together, which I'm hoping I can. Get over here. So I found what I'm positive of is a DDO on this here 2019 D. So we have notching right here in the 1, right here in the 9, and if you just look at this lump right here at the base of what is that? From our view, the base of the 9, that is not a natural curve. So when you're looking for a doubling in that nature, that's what you're going to be looking for. That's how you know it's not machine doubling, is because it is the same height. I can try to do some light play. But this thing right here, I have it upside down only because that's just how I threw it up there. But while looking at all other 2019s and supposed double dies, this one has a little extra notch here, and it is basically touching the inside. That is what makes me think, and oh, this is a good view. I think this is a very good 2019 DDO. I googled it, just the Google 2019 D double die obverse. Sent me to the coin community. I read those forums real quick. One looked pretty close. Oh, look at that D too. One looked pretty close, but it wasn't this aggressive. And then when I looked to see how close his 9 was from from touching the center, it wasn't near like this. It wasn't anywhere close like that. This is pretty distinct. So I wanted to make sure that I got a good view of that. I'm going to do a different scope too. This isn't lighting for sure. I went around the coin, came back. So yeah, right there in the T as well, I think. A little bit on the R from this view, the U. So yeah, I will hopefully be looping this in. Oh, I remember I did this spin already, and that W, when I turn it and get it positioned upside right, because I went through this a little bit on my own before I made this. I got some research and some homework to do. I'm not assuming anything, and I do assume the worst most of the time. But this one, there's a little bit, it's a bit hard for me to think it's die deterioration and whatnot, with that R being the way it is and the date, because that R, and I'm blocking the light right now, that's what I'm doing. That's why you'll see the light flash a little bit, it's because I'm holding it with my hand in order for less light play to screw with everything. We have the B right there. So we'll say that's number 1. We'll see if number 2 is coming. I think it is though, because I think I found a DDO on a 2019 Denver. Hey, hopefully this is just a continuation. If not, Super Silverman's here yet again. So some might say that 1 is a play on light. So we'll do this. And we will turn this 100%. Going all around with the light. And all that does is make the 9 more prominent. I can still see that slash through the 1, the notching, pretty good. I'm going to keep turning, just with the light. I still see where that notch is on the base now. I'm going to keep going. I mean, I still basically can tell, only because previously seeing, And yes, there is some machine doubling on that 9. I do agree. But when you hit right here, you can tell that it's not just machine doubling on that 9. Like, granted, I do see the MD. But I don't know if I can get something in between this scope and me. So right here. And then if I keep going, oh, shenanigans. If I keep going, you'll start to see the base of the 9. Right. Oh. Come here. Nope. You're back here. Right here. That notch will start to become more apparent. And then when you actually hit this point of view, you can see what I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about is right here on the 1 and the 9, the inside of the base right there, and then it goes all the way up on the other scope, which I have the prior video and pictures on that as well. You can really tell that it's not the right shape. There's a good one. See the T right there and the S, and I'm not talking about the MD on the S because we all see that. What I'm talking about is the line you see go through in the middle of the S above the MD right there. You can also see it at the base right here. And the T, you can see it as well right here at the very tip top of that T. And I'm playing with the light now. I'm moving my elbow, blocking all the light that you would get from back there. And the U, you can see it in the base of the loop. It's not as prominent as the rest, but you can see it. I mean, I can see it. I hope you guys can see it. And the R, yes, has a lot of MD in there, but it's got a bit of an awkward loop to the R. You'll see it get a little fatter right here. That kind of thickness is designated to an actual double. And the E I'm not looking at. I can never contribute an E to a double on these new age pennies, just because of how light reflects off of that top. I can never contribute that or call that with actual assurity. I try, but it's on too many like that. But what I can do is say that W is a bit off. It's got the line on the inside of that. There we go. You can, it's hard to get right, but you see the tip of the left arm, and then there's a little line at the hump of the W, and then the inside of the right arm of that W as well. And then that G, a lot of MD, but still looks just wrong. O's an awkward shape, and it has its MD, of course. And we'll go to Lincoln. I never looked at Lincoln all that much. We do have some damage. I mean, ish. That's barely in the planchette. Okay, so here I don't want you guys to look at the vertical lines. I want you to look at the horizontal line of the L. Is a better sign for these types of coins. And then you can see the R. It doesn't look right. It looks like there's a bright slash right through the center, and then a little tip goes out a little further than the rest. That is a doubled die sign. I've studied enough. I've done enough homework. So I'll do homework on this, and if I find anything in the homework, I will throw my phone on record, and we will record that website, and then we'll give them their dues, of course. But I think I have officially found one. I don't know if it's a new one or not, but there's the R right there. You can see it in the leg of the R from this angle. We'll block some light. Looks like it's got that little notch, and then one spot goes out a little bit further. So I wanted to get all angles of everything for everybody. Trying to cover my bases.
Hey, you know, I don't care if you're Palmer Woodrow or maybe Keaton.
Put that line in the R. It doesn't dissipate until light is too blinding in that spot, but then it reappears for majority of the angles. So that makes me think that that notch in the right leg of the R is truly there, along with the L. If you look at the L right now as I play with it, oh, get back here, L. Now that L, that line through the base, it doesn't do much, but it is there. So I'm about to run out of time. We'll call this one kaput.